What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Cage My IQ. This is the AEW Full Gear Full Prediction Show by yours truly, Cage. Before we get started with any of the predictions, as always, this is Cage My IQ, the best place for MMA content. You can follow and subscribe to us on all of our social media channels. We're on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. If you haven't done so already, go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you get all the content when we first put it out. And please smash the like button down below and hit us up in the comment section to the right. Let me know what you think of my Full Gear predictions. I'm doing this for every pay-per-view, bring it out for you, break it down very quickly. And then for you guys, because you guys are the wrestling and MMA fans, I'm doing this all for you guys. But let's start with the action. Let's go with the first match that we have on Full Gear. We got the TNT Championship. We saw this Wednesday on Dynamite. That's going to be a triple threat match. We got the ROH World Title, the ROH World TV Champion Samoa Joe. We got the TNT Champion defending the belt, Wardlow, and we got Powerhouse Hobbs. This is going to be crazy. Wardlow's the baby face. You got Hobbs, who's the heel. You got Samoa Joe, who's playing a little bit of in between, kind of fed up with Wardlow, but then he hates Hobbs. So I'm digging this matchup. This is one of my most anticipated matchups of the card. I think it's going to be very early in the night. I'm going to go with Hobbs here. I'm going to go with Powerhouse Hobbs. You know the whole saying, somebody looks good and strong like Wardlow and Joe did in the segment that they had. It's always going to be the guy that you don't expect to win. And I feel like this is the right time to take the belt off Wardlow. He's bigger than the belt now. You can have Hobbs beat Samoa Joe by Wardlow doing his powerbomb, slipping on Joe, then pushing Wardlow out of the ring, and then pinning Joe. Joe's protected because he's still the TV champion, and I think Hobbs needs a title. He needs the title right now. They need to start building him up as a force in this company. I like the new character that he's doing. I like how he's a heel, and I just like everything about him. All three of these guys are in a way protected in this matchup, but I feel like Powerhouse Hobbs needs this the most. So I'm going with the underdog here with Powerhouse Hobbs. Next, we got of course, the World Title Eliminator Tournament. You see the 8 guys listed right now. The updated standings right now are the fact that we got Ethan Page. He's going into the finals on the left side of the bracket. He just defeated Bandito. On the right side, you got Brian Cage, who's making it to semifinals, and then we still got the Ricky Starks Lance Archer matchup. My prediction is going to be Ricky Starks beats Lance Archer. You got Lance Archer going to New Japan next week, so I feel like he's going to get the loss. I feel like Ricky Starks then goes and beats his former stablemate Brian Cage. Uh, the roles have flipped there now. It used to be Brian Cage was the baby face and Ricky was the heel. Now it's Ricky is the face and Brian Cage the heel. I got Ricky beating Brian Cage in the semis, and then the finals at Full Gear, I got absolute Ricky Starks defeating uh, all ego Ethan Page. I think it's going to be a great match. Of course, Ethan Page is going to have Stokely Hathaway at his side, but I feel like you got Ricky Starks win this one. He needs this. He's going on this big babyface tour right now. The crowd's on his side. The crowd loves him. And the best thing to do is to build up Ricky Starks as a world title contender. And the best way to do that is to get him to win this, and then he gets that title shot down the line. I could play with that all day. Ricky Starks has grown on me significantly since becoming a babyface. I think he's the right guy to win this. So for the World Title Eliminator, I got Ricky Starks beating Ethan Page in the finals. Moving on, we got the ROH World Championship match. We got Bryan Danielson We got Claudio Castagnoli. We got Sammy Guevara, and then we got the ROH World Champion, the Ocho, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho has been going on this warpath of wanting to beat every former ROH World Champion. He's kind of been besmudging the Ring of Honor as a company, saying that this is what he's going to do. He's going to beat them all. He doesn't like Ring of Honor, and just for him to carry the Ring of Honor title is something that he's laughing at the whole company for. And he's beaten 4 or 5 different former champions. He's beaten Danielson. He's beaten Castagnoli when they wrestled at Grand Slam. That's how he got the title. And that's what's created this whole match. Danielson and Castagnoli won their rematches. And then Guevara was just put in here to help out Chris Jericho. There's a lot of people that thought Chris Jericho was going to lose because he was on the Masked Singer, and the dates conflicted with him being able to be on Dynamite for a few weeks. But he just got unmasked last night, so that's not going to be an issue for him to go live on Dynamite or compared to the Masked Singer. So my prediction is I got Chris Jericho retaining his title heel. It would be cool to see Sammy Guevara take it because it would be a nice wrench into Jericho's plan and it could create tension between the two. But I think Claudio's going to have a chance to win it. I had the sneaky feeling that Bryan Danielson might turn heel because he's been saying how he's tired of Claudio. He's tired of Jericho messing with ROH. He's tired of Sammy getting in the way. He even brought up Wheeler Yuta as a guy that he said has been thrown him aside, questioned him left and right. I feel like he's going to just get frustrated and he's going to cost Claudio the match somehow. And then he's going to either leave or do it after Chris Jericho wins. I think Danielson's going to come close to win. Claudio's going to not allow him to win. And then when he comes close to winning and he's got Jericho in the sharpshooter, that Danielson's going to hit him over the side. And then Jericho's going to somehow get the pin and sneak out with the championship still. Because I still want to see a little bit more of Jericho defending against these former champions. I have that want to see who he's going to defend it against next. And I want to continue a little bit more, to the point where I want to see Garcia or Wheeler Yuta take the title off of him. And maybe Garcia just get mad that Chris Jericho is doing all this stuff and then he turns face again. But I want to see it milked down a little bit more, a couple more months. I want to see all these former champs come out. We still got Jay Lethal, who is in the company. We still got him. I do want to see a little bit more guys come out from the woodworks to face him. But in this one, I got Chris Jericho. We got a women's match on the pay-per-view. We got Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. versus Saraya. This is going to be a fun match. Saraya debuted at Grand Slam, and each week she's come out, cutting promos, talking about Britt Baker and how she's tired of Britt Baker, and then Britt Baker on the other side saying that she's tired of people coming in here and think that they can just take AEW. She's been here from the start. She's sweat blood, just done a lot for this company, even during the pandemic. On Wednesday, she said that when the pandemic was happening and they were just doing Daily's Place, she was there the whole time. And Saraya's coming in here to try and to take her spot. And when she didn't sweat or do anything to take what Britt Baker has, in the beginning, it was like Britt was the heel and Saraya's the face, but within the fans, it seems like lately it's been kind of a switch. It's like Britt Baker could be playing the babyface here, and Saraya is playing the heel role because she's trying to take Britt Baker's spot. I think Britt Baker can take the loss. I think you want Saraya to debut. You want to give her a big win, and the best chance of doing so is by having her beat Britt Baker. It's not a title shot, so it's not like you're saying that she's getting an easy title shot right away. You're going to build Saraya to that point. But I have Saraya taking this one. It's the right move to make, get her that big win. Britt Baker can take the loss because she's going to be big with the crowd no matter what. And I feel like this could be a good match. I just have to see how rusty Saraya looks. But I have a feeling it's going to be a good match, and she's going to pick up the victory. Moving on to the next match on the card, we got the steel cage match between Jungle Boy Jack Perry and Luchasaurus with Christian by his side. This rivalry has kind of been dragged out way too long, of course. You've had Luchasaurus turning heel, turning face, and then turn here again because of Christian. Christian got hurt at All Out. That's why the match was very quick. And Luchasaurus came out from behind, attacked Jungle Boy, and then helped Christian get the victory in and out within 2 minutes. Then these two wrestled at Toronto. I thought it was going to end there, but no, they need a steel cage. It's a Jungle Boy's way of keeping Christian out of the match. I'm going to keep this quick. I think this is the way to give Jungle Boy the victory here, so Christian can't get involved. As much as I would like Luchasaurus to win, continue his the strong ways and get title shots soon, I think you need to give Jungle Boy the win here. You can have him win, move on, and then have Luchasaurus go on his wrecking spree afterwards. But in this spot, I have Jungle Boy getting the victory and moving on in his quest to becoming a bigger talent in this company. On to the next match, we got the weird tag team match between Sting and Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. A lot of people are like, why are Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett a tag team? They were a tag team in Ric Flair's last match. Jeff Jarrett looked great there, and Jay Lethal has worked with them in the past. He was actually the first. He actually got his big break getting signed by Jeff Jarrett. So I feel like the partnership is actually worth it. And then you got Sting and Darby, of course, on the other side. They're getting ready to go to Japan in a few weeks for the Great Muta last match, which Sting is going to be tag team with Muta in there. I believe they haven't announced their opponents yet, but according to sources, that Darby Allin is going with them. He's going to ask for time off. He needs it, and Sting has been bugging him to go with them. So I feel like this is the way to get them off TV. You have Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. Beat them, do something to them where it takes them off TV for a month or two. But in this match, I got Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett winning it. You have Jeff Jarrett get that victory in his debut match, and then he can go behind the scenes afterwards and do his duty without not having to wrestle too much. But I will say this, for the age that he's at, he definitely looked great in the ring a couple months ago when he did Ric Flair's last match. So in this one, I got Lethal and Jarrett. Next, we got the AEW World Trios Championship. We got Death Triangle, Penta, Fénix, and Pac defend their titles against the returning the Elite. Well, what a show for here. That triangle, we're hitting that. They want the guys who to come after the titles. They're hitting at the Elite, but they weren't saying it by name. They're like, if you want it, come get us. And then the package on the Tron comes on that was showing Death Triangle at Full Gear, and then it popped up that it was going to be defending against the returning the Elite. This is going to be a barnstormer of a match. I feel like it's going to be great. Everybody's been hinging, waiting for the Elite to come back at any time. We knew it was going to happen. They came back to a backstage role 2 weeks ago, and it's just been hinting that they would come back after the belts that they won and never lost. They had to relinquish them during the whole media scrum issue from September. They've been gone for 2 months. It was a worthy 2-month suspension to Tony Khan. They're now back, and they're going to be going after Death Triangle. I think this is the spot where the Elite regain their titles and regain a little bit of form after being suspended. This could be a show stealer of a match because these 6 wrestlers are magic in the ring. We know Pac and Kenny Omega a couple years ago had that great match at All Out, and then even the match between the Lucha Bros and Young Bucks in the Steel Cage, that pay-per-view 2 years ago was a show stealer. So all six of these guys are going to put on a show. But in this one, I got the Elite regaining their World Trios titles in their debut back in AEW since the suspension. Moving on to the TBS Championship, we got the champ Jade Cargill defending against Nyla Rose, who stole her belt over a month ago. That's been kind of the whole storyline here. Is Nyla Rose stole the title from Jade, has been walking around saying that she has the title, so possession is 9/10 of the law, and she's just been mocking Jade, pissing her off, going in, defending the title as if she was the champion, and it's just pushed Jade over the edge. And I think it's been a decent storyline, and like they could have done it better, but I feel like to give a reason to book the match, they did a good job at that. At least they have a reason for fighting, and it's because she took it. And it's going to be, I hope Nyla Rose can bring the best out of Jade Cargill, because I've been tired of Jade Cargill for a while because the cockiness side of her, it wasn't showing a good product in the wrestling ring because she was making so many mistakes. But I feel like ever since she's gotten this pissed off side of her, she's looked good in the ring. The last two matches have been better, and now she's wrestling somebody who is very good in the ring in Nyla Rose. And I feel like this could be a way for her to get on the up and up and improve as a wrestler. And you would have to think that Jade Cargill is going to win this match and continue that undefeated streak. But this is a good way to have her get more reps in the ring, wrestling people that are going to help her out and help her become a better professional. So in this one, I got Jade Cargill, but I think it's going to be a good match. On to the trilogy match. We got the AEW Tag Team Championship. We got the Acclaimed versus Swerve in Our Glory. This has been going on since August. Of course, Swerve in Our Glory at All Out beat the Acclaimed in the show steer of a match there. But the Acclaimed were the talk of the town there. Their gimmick has just been hot fire over with the crowd. That should have been the time to give them the belts, but it wasn't. They waited until Grand Slam a couple weeks later, where the match wasn't as good as All Out, but they still performed well. The Acclaimed won the titles. They've defended it a few times since then. They're still hot fire, and since that point, we've seen a little bit of dissension between Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. Which has been interesting to me. You've seen you got Keith Lee, who's still been kind of a babyface, but then you got Swerve, who has been acting more of a heel. He kidnapped Billy Gunn. He's still doing all of his heel tactics, while Keith Lee's just like, "What are you doing? You don't need to do that. Let's get our titles back." And you've seen Swerve doing things on his own, and then you've seen Keith Lee just come out when he needs to, but he's still acting his babyface type way. I feel like in this match, there's going to be a lot of points where Swerve is going to get the close victories, and then Keith Lee are, and you got Bowens, just like on Wednesday at Dynamite. He's just going to keep kicking out, and it's going to piss Swerve off, and he's going to resort to his heel tactics. And I feel like Keith Lee's not going to allow him to. He's going to question him. It's going to create tension between the two of them during the match, and I think that's going to cause the Acclaimed to win this match in the end. Is the tension between both Lee and Swerve. And I wouldn't be surprised if Swerve turns on Keith Lee during the match instead of after the match, because you know that the split up's going to happen either before, during the match, or after the match. It's just inevitable with how the personalities have been. But I think it's going to lead to the Acclaimed winning the match and the split up between Lee and Swerve. I'm gonna say it's gonna happen during the match, and then that's where Swerve is gonna go on his own and be his heel self and continue that. And we might see Keith Lee go back to singles where he should be and go after maybe the TNT title, which I would love to see. But in this match, we got the Acclaimed winning it and taking the best out of 3, 2-1 to retain their tag titles. Moving on to the Interim Women's Championship match between the champ Toni Storm and the challenger Jamie Hayter. We just heard that there's no timetable for Thunder Rosa's return, so I think at some point they gotta just say fuck the interim status and just make them the world champion, and then when Thunder Rosa comes back, she can get the first shot at the title. But we got Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter. This has been building up for 2 months. Jamie Hayter felt slated when she almost had the title won. Britt Baker stopped her. They had tension for 2 weeks, and then it just wiped away. And with Britt Baker dealing with Saraya, Jamie Hayter stepped in and has come after Toni Storm, and she gets the title shot. She is white hot right now with the crowd, kind of like the Acclaimed and Ricky Starks. It's like you got those people that the crowd just get behind for whatever reason. Well, Jamie Hayter's that woman right now. Toni Storm has done a great job as interim champion. I love what she's done, but this could be the time to go towards Jamie Hayter and have her win this match because the crowd is on her side. She's still a heel, so you still have that heel champion status there. And she's done a great job in the ring, better on the mic, better presentation. It's just where do you want to go with this is what the thought process is. You could have Toni Storm win this match and continue winning until Thunder Rosa comes back, and you can have that match, or you can have Jamie Hayter win this match by heel tactics, get the belt, and then you can start something between her and Britt Baker, where Britt Baker kind of feels jealous of Jamie Hayter and creates tension there because I want Jamie Hayter on her own. I don't want her with Britt Baker anymore, and you got to create tension to make that happen sooner rather than later. So putting the belt on her could help that. Or you could have Britt Baker come out to help her in this match, and it cost her Hayter the match, and that's how you do it. I'm gonna go with Toni Storm in this match. I've been saying all along that Jamie Hayter's gonna win. Jamie Hayter's gonna win, but lately I've had a slight change in theory. I think Toni Storm's gonna win because Britt Baker is gonna cost Jamie Hayter the match by accident, and then that's where the dissension between Hayter and Britt starts. So I got Toni Storm winning. I got the dissension starting between Britt and Hayter, and we got the future rematch between Storm and Rosa down the line. So in this one, I got the champ retaining her title. On to the main event. We got the AEW World Championship. Jon Moxley defending against MJF. Babyface MJF? Heel MJF? Do we know which he is? No, but we're loving the character that he's bringing right now. I feel like just breaking it down for you, Moxley is a 3-time champion. The whole media scrum caused Punk to drop the title right after All Out. They had of course, the title tournament that commenced at Grand Slam, which Moxley defeated Bryan Danielson to become a 3-time champion, and he's defended it several times since. We had MJF who came there and won he had the firm's help in winning of course, the briefcase so he could or chip so he could get the title shot whenever he wants. He had the whole thing with William Regal saying, "Don't cut corners, do it legit." So MJF said, "Okay, I'll do it legit. You fired me up. Here's my chip. I'm wrestling him at Full Gear. You got the chip, so you know that I mean business there. There's going to be no excuses now." And then he kind of, with that, he built this whole thing where even though he had the firm help him, he was done with the firm. because he wanted to do this the right way. He's still acting the heel MJF that he is, but he has more fire behind him. He has this kind of like a baby face action where even though he's a heel, the crowd's behind him because he's so into this. He's so passionate in the way he's acting. And he's kind of so told the firm to fuck off. They attacked both him and Moxley. And then it commenced this Wednesday where he came out and helped Moxley fight off the firm. He said, get out here. And then he told Moxley, he said, I'm getting this title. Like, this is my time. No cutting corners. I'm going to do it. No ring. I'm not going to need the dynamite ring. I'm going to do it just the way I should in the wrestling ring. I still feel like the result's going to be MJF winning, but I think it's going to shock everybody. I feel like Roy Regal is going to be the reason that he wins. We've seen this stare down between MJF and Regal, and of course Moxley needs that vacation that he was supposed to take a month and a half ago for 6 to 8 weeks. Time off. He's been going four stream for like months now. He deserves that vacation. So I think this is the perfect time to have him drop the title to MJF with help from Rory Regal, or whether it's the brass knucks coming in and just hitting Moxley out of nowhere, or whatever tactics he needs to do to distract the ref and whatnot. But I think Regal's going to help MJF win the match. Maybe without MJF knowing, or maybe this has been the ploy the whole time to say, I'm not going to do anything. But I never said Regal would do anything to help me, which is kind of true. But I feel like it's the perfect time to have MJF win the title on Moxley. You got MJF have Regal as his manager now. That creates a whole bunch of new storylines for him because he can have that of course, OG heel at his side now, and it'll make MJF even better. And then he'll have the title on himself at the same time. And then Moxley can take his time off, and then MJF's rise will be heel here. But in this match, the main event, I got MJF defeating Jon Moxley to become the new AEW World Champion. And I'm going to love every second of it because he is better than you and he knows it. So that is awesome. But other than that, that'll wrap things up with today's AEW Full Gear 4 prediction show by yours truly, Cage. I'll be around doing more content for MMA and wrestling. We got more prediction shows coming up, so don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit the notification bell so it pops up when I upload it, and then please smash the like button down below and let us know what you think in the comment section of my predictions. I want to know who you think is going to win, any upsets you feel like are going to happen, any ideas that you think that maybe I missed that I should know about with this pay-per-view. Let me know in the comment section. I love all the feedback from you guys on any of these videos that I put out for you. And then check us out on social media. I'm always posting news for MMA and wrestling, so it's a great way to keep you updated on the MMA and wrestling scene. So follow me on Twitter and Instagram at my handles. Of course, you see in the beginning at CageIQ for Twitter, and then CageMyIQ for Instagram. But check that all out. I'll be back next time for more content. But other than that, I will see you guys later. Have a good Thanksgiving and peace out.